Good afternoon. We are starting with the very latest in the New Year's Day terror attack in New Orleans. 14 people were killed and dozens more were injured when police say 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar drove into a crowd on Bourbon Street. In the last hour, authorities finished sharing a timeline and new details about the attack. Investigators say Jabbar had rented the pickup truck on December 30th in Houston through the vehicle sharing app Turo. On Tuesday evening, he drove from Houston to New Orleans while posting videos on social media proclaiming his support for ISIS. Authorities say Jabbar joined ISIS before the summer of 2024. Now, FBI agents also provided more details about those 2 IEDs that were found near the scene and rendered safe. As authorities continue the investigation, they say they do not believe the public is in danger and have increased security ahead of this afternoon's Sugar Bowl at the Caesars Superdome. Nicole Valdez has more from New Orleans.
Law enforcement searched the Houston area home Thursday of the driver who intentionally rammed a truck into the crowd in New Orleans on New Year's Day.
We do not assess at this point that anyone else involved in this attack except for Shamsuddin Jabbar.
The FBI has identified the attacker as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen and Army veteran. Court records show he was divorced 3 times in the past 13 years. The FBI says the killer had an ISIS flag attached to the truck.
He posted several videos to an online platform proclaiming his support for ISIS.
Authorities say at least 1 suspected improvised explosive device and 2 guns were recovered at the scene.
ARs and bombs and all that, man. But the aftermath was really what got me, like bodies all up and down the street.
Among the victims killed were 28-year-old former Princeton University football star Tiger Besh and Reggie Hunter, a 37-year-old father of 2.
This hurts. This is terrible. And we want as much justice for him as we possibly can get.
New Orleans police say they are ramping up their security protocols after the city temporarily removed protective barriers designed to block traffic.
We're going to harden the targets more by using heavier equipment to block these intersections.
A cruiser had been positioned along Bourbon Street, but the suspect sped around it, veering onto the sidewalk. Nicole Valdez, CBS News, New Orleans.
And now locally, this video from Air 11 showing the North Harris County home where Shamsuddin Jabbar lived. Several law enforcement agencies, including the Harris County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, had blocked off the area for more than a day as that investigation continued. Our Julissa Garza is there live with what we've learned since authorities have now reopened that area. Julissa.
Well, Reka, this morning we were not able to get to the street we're standing on, which is Crescent Peak. The reason being because authorities were still investigating. But at 7:50 this morning, FBI Houston and the Harris County Sheriff's Office completed conducting a court-authorized search here in the area where the suspect lived. If you take a look over my shoulder, you can see that there are metal fences here, and even further back, there are more metal fences separating mobile homes. Again, one is where the suspect was living. Now, video of the suspect's home, according to a neighbor who lives right next door, you can see the metal that was outside leading to the suspect's home was torn down. Now, we did speak with his neighbor who describes this community here as one that is religious. He says the suspect had been living here for just a little over a year, and he never showed any signs of radical behavior. He said he saw the suspect spend time here with his mother, and as you can imagine, the neighbor was shocked after hearing what happened in New Orleans. The neighbor did not want to show his face or be identified, but take a listen to how he describes the suspect.
Calm, collect, don't talk much, very private person. Don't interrupt us. We don't interrupt him.
This summer, I do want to know this is. Now, the neighbor also tells us that the last time he saw the suspect was on New Year's Eve. He says he was not with anyone else and that he was acting normal. He also tells us that the white truck the suspect used in the attack was here for only one night on the property. Now, right now, there is no longer any law enforcement agencies investigating, and FBI Houston does say there is no threat to the residents in this area. Live in North Harris County, Julissa Julissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
Yeah, authorities have wrapped up, but it looks like we'll have to wait and see what was found inside that home. Julissa, thank you. We have more coverage of this story on KHOU.com, and the FBI is asking anyone with information about the attack or the suspect to contact them. You can do that by going to the website on your screen or by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI. All right, let's